Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you tonight for a album review. This is actually a review mostly for the new Taylor Swift 1989 Taylor's version that I'm going to be reviewing for you guys tonight mostly. So basically, I'm going to discuss what I listened to for Taylor Swift's 1989 Taylor's version, her own version for this release, since I think her former producer won the rights to her original material, which is messed up, and I felt bad for her when that happened. But yeah, I'm going to discuss what I listened to, so let's dive right into this review. So basically it starts with Welcome to New York, Taylor's version, and off the bat it starts off pretty well. I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5. It's not a bad song. It starts the album off pretty well. I mean, the melody has its moments where it sounds a little cheesy, but the overall track sounds good in its own way. 4.5 out of 5. And give me 1 second, guys. Gotta pause the video. Sorry about that, guys. My sister's cat wanted out of my room, so that's why I paused the video for a moment. But the next track is Blank Space, Taylor's version, and when I heard the original version, I was cringing at the lyrics. Do I hate this song? Not so much, because the melody is alright, but the track is very decent, is fairly decent because of the lyrics, how she's writing about her exes and all that shit. It's the same typical Taylor Swift. Like, you know what you're gonna expect with her writing about her exes and, like, the song Look What You Made Me Do, and it's like, what the? Now she's just wanting attention for this shit. So, basically, I'd give this a 4 out of 5. I don't hate it, I just don't think it's the best song that I've listened to. Then comes Style, and that one was alright. I mean, some lyrics are a little too safe. I think this song tried to play it safe a little too much, but lyrically it's hit or miss. It has its good moments and bad moments. The good moment is the melody. I like the melody. Lyrics is the bad moment. The bad moment kind of is iffy, in my opinion. Like, it has its moments where the lyrics does alright, the lyrical content does alright, and then after that it's iffy and kind of cringy. So 4.5 out of 5. Don't hate the track. I like the beat, and that's why I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. Because the melody is actually sounding pretty good. And I'm definitely vibing to this song a bit. Out of the Woods Taylor Swift version is actually my favorite song. I'd give this a 5 out of 5. I like this song with how well mixed it is, and just how she's singing it sounds pretty good. It's definitely vibing with this track. 5 out of 5. This is the only 5 out of 5 song I've ever given praise to a Taylor Swift track. Then comes All You Had to Do Was Stay, and that one was hit or miss. It was average. I think when she did the stay thing with a weird vocal tone, it didn't sound that great, and it just ruined the track for me and my experience for it. So I'd give this a 3.5 out of 5. Then comes one of the worst songs for the album, Shake It Off. Honestly, it's very overplayed, this track, and not in a good way, because this song, we've heard it so much. I mean, hey, she's gonna make what she's gonna make, and that's fine. Personally, I don't like this kind of style, because it just sounds cringy, in my opinion. But that is my personal opinion. You don't have to agree, you can just, it's all about respecting one another's opinion. If you don't like it, why'd you watch the video? Pretty much. So, basically 2 out of 5. I'm just not crazy for this Taylor Swift version. Her version to it. Mixing wise, it did okay, but basically the track is very overplayed, and we've heard it so many times on the radio for the past almost a decade. So basically 2 out of 5. I Wish You Would is a pretty bad song. This song is very poorly mixed and just I don't like the Taylor's version for this one. Even the original was pretty bad too, so 2.5 out of 5. Bad Blood is another one of the worst songs for this album. I don't like how it sounds. I think it sounds too cheery and too, oh, we're gonna rise up because now we got bad blood and all that shit. And it's like, the song is just garbage with how it sounds. So, 2 out of 5. I think tracks 6 to 8 made the record kind of bad. So, I'm really disappointed. So, 2 out of 5. Wildest Dreams is average. I don't hate it. I just think some of the pre-chorus is iffy and kind of questionable of a listen. So, this track kind of just doesn't do it for me. It sounds too lovey-dovey. I mean, it's fine for the lovey-dovey thing, as long as you utilize it in the best way possible and make it sound good. This sounds too boring and dull of a track, so 3.5 out of 5. I don't hate it, I just don't think it's my favorite. It's just average. How You Get the Girl is okay, not anything great, but it performed okay for what it went for. But it's just how Taylor Swift's singing it. It just, it's kind of, and I'm kind of in the middle with this song. 3 out of 5. This Love is a decent track. I don't hate it for how it sounds. It does tend to be, the melody tends to be slightly dull, and how it's mixed and all that. It's just a very mellow track, but it doesn't sound so bad with how she's singing it. So 4 out of 5. I Know Places. The mixing is kind of off with this song. I don't hate how it sounds some of the time, but there are some production issues with this track in certain moments in the song. So mostly the beginning, and as it progresses through the track, there's some production issues. So 3 out of 5, and how Taylor Swift is singing it is hit or miss. Clean is probably the best song to end this, probably one of the best tracks, one of the highlights for this regular edition for Taylor Swift 1989 album. So I'd give it a 5 out of 5. I actually like how it sounds. I mean, some of the lyrics are iffy, but it does utilize how the melody is working and how it's a pretty good listen with overall sound-wise and all that. I'm trying to think of the best wording possible, but basically, it's a pretty good song. 5 out of 5. Wonderland is decent. I just don't know if I like it that much, but I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Some moments in the track, there are some iffy moments with Taylor Swift singing throughout the track, where she does some I kind of things, and it's like, what the hell was that about? Kind of stuff. So, excuse my yawning in this video. So, 4 out of 5. You Are in Love. Taylor's version is a solid track. Don't hate it. Just think it's good in its own way. Just has its issues as the track and its moments in the track kind of have its flops. So, 4.5 out of 5. New Romantics. Taylor's version is decent. The mixing is iffy and questionable of a listen, so I'd give this a 4 out of 5. Taylor Swift's singing in it is not great, but it's okay. So 4 out of 5. Slut, Taylor's version from The Vault, is a decent track as well. I don't hate how it sounds overall. I think with how she's singing it, it does alright, but there are some moments where I just don't know if I like this track and how it sounds. So 4 out of 5. There's some moments where I like the track. I will say that, but I think it's the melody is what's attaching me to this track, like keeping me interested and invested in the song. Say Don't Go is average. I think it's not the best track. It just sounds a little dull in some areas in the song, but this track overall, with how she's singing it, could probably put you to sleep. And I'm thinking about it, it makes me want to go to sleep. I'm just kidding. That's a bad joke, but I'm just getting the yawns mostly. 3.5 out of 5. Now we don't talk. Taylor's version from the Vault is a decent track. Don't hate it overall. Just don't think it's my favorite. It's just decent for how it sounds. 4 out of 5. Suburban Legends, Taylor's version from the Vault. It's another decent track. It's just how she's singing it does all right. There are moments where it doesn't execute in the best way possible, with mostly the melody and how she's singing it. So 4 out of 5. Is it over now? Is an average Taylor's version from the Vault. It's just average mostly. I don't hate it. It's just there are some moments where it kind of feels a little dull and slow of a track with the melody. So 3.5 out of 5. And then finally we get to Bad Blood, Taylor's version featuring Kendrick Lamar. This was bad. I will give it a little bit of praise because Kendrick Lamar was trying a little bit with his rap, but it didn't execute too well, in my personal opinion. So I'd have to give this a 2.5 out of 5. It was sadly disappointing. So overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, I think Taylor Swift's 1989 Taylor's version was not a good album. After really deep diving into this listen, or diving into this listen, however way I'm trying to say it, I just found this to be a bad album, and not in a good way. I mean, it's great that she's doing her own versions because of what happened with her producer taking all of her songs and her albums and winning the rights to it. That was fucked up, and I felt bad for her then. But when you want to do something like this 1989 Taylor's version, I mean, that was fine for her to redo it again, but I just don't think it's my favorite release that I've listened to. So if I were to give this a overall score, I'm going to have to unfortunately give it a 5 out of 10. It was not very good. It was bad, and it will be on my worst albums of 2023 by the end of the year, which is coming up pretty soon. That video will be out in about 3 weeks or so. So definitely expect a review for that. But pretty much 5 out of 10 for Taylor Swift 1989 Taylor's version for this review. Thank you guys for watching this long review.